Thank God it's Friday. Yes, the week has finally come to a close. Welcome to the conversation on TOS Television Network, the Friday edition. I think it's my favorite day of the week right now. It's the conversation on TOS Television Network, and of course, it's your digital first Pan African news network. My name is Adesuwa Osui.
And my name is Merciful Ajinamo. Good morning and happy Friday. Happy Friday,
Happy Friday to you too. Merciful, I thought we agreed you were going to look Friday on Fridays.
I can't remember that.
Okay.
I think we'll meet after the show.
All right, so we'll bring you the quote of the day right now.
At the first sign of pain, you need a solution that you can trust to provide effective relief and is gentle on the stomach. Try Panadol Caplets for relief from headaches, body aches, and fever. With Panadol's Optizorb formula, the tablet gently breaks down in the stomach, quickly absorbs, and starts providing pain relief in 15 minutes. For fast and effective pain relief that you can trust, try Panadol Caplets. This has been Medifacts for Panadol.
Welcome back. We move straight into development across Africa, and we'll begin with Malawi. More than 17,000 doses of expired AstraZeneca vaccine were burned in Malawi on Wednesday. The vaccines, which expired on April 13, were a batch of 102,000 vaccines that arrived to the country on March 26 under an initiative by the African Union and World Health Organization. I think this is more reason why Africa should be allowed to produce its own vaccine, because I think the process of having to manufacture, import, acquire, and bring it all the time with that, it just accumulates to when the drugs are already expired.
Yeah, and before now, the World Health Organization said they advised not to burn or dispose of the expired vaccines, but now they've changed their advice, and this will boost the confidence of Malawians, people to say, oh, so the drugs, the vaccines we are taking, they are not expired and everything, so to increase the vaccination. All right, we move over to Zambia, where the opposition leader, Hichilema, officially nominated to run for president. Hakainde Hichilema, Zambia's main opposition candidate, he has been officially nominated for the upcoming August presidential election in Lusaka, and that's to take place on Wednesday, after forming an alliance called the United Party for National Development.
Okay, so moving straight into a story from here in Nigeria. Quite an interesting development. So the Boko Haram leader Abubakar Shekau is dead. It has been gathered from multiple sources that Shekau had surrendered and engaged in an hour-long meeting with the ISWAP fighters, where he was asked to voluntarily relinquish power. He refused and instead opted to blow himself up. How do you feel about that one, Merciful?
We're looking for change here. We've been talking about insecurity. So we do hope, because this is not the first time we've heard of a leader of the Boko Haram, the terrorist group, saying that maybe they lost the leader or something. So we do hope that this is some sort of, development towards, making sure that we're securing our states back and everything.
Okay. All right. So with that, we bring you COVID-19 update from across Africa.
Remember, this man I have been creative design. We really like it, but you deserve a break. You can indulge in a cup of 3-in-1 Cadbury Hot Chocolate. Cadbury Hot Chocolate, indulge. Now available in the 450 grams pouch. Always remember, this man I have been creative design. We really like it, but you deserve a break. You can indulge in a cup of 3-in-1 Cadbury Hot Chocolate. Cadbury Hot Chocolate, indulge. Now available in the 450 grams pouch. Always remember,
Streaming Network mobile app is now available. You can now catch up on our breaking news, stream our programs live, Watch out for the latest update on sports and politics as they unfold. You can also get notifications for our upcoming programs and events. All these on our TOS TV Network mobile app, available on Apple Store and Google Play Store. TOS TV News from Africa by Africans.
Being a journalist means in-depth analysis that unravels hidden truths, that question the status quo and fact-checks government.
These criminal elements hiding under the cloak of surveillance contractors are the APC elements.
Do you have facts to prove that? Being a journalist means waking up every day with a burning desire for peace, equity, and justice for all citizens.
We're being told that the choice you have is to take the lesser of two evils.
It means patriotism via the prism of objectivity and accountability. It means giving my platform to the masses to discuss issues that matter to them.
Some of them, if they bring budget, and the budget they look. Some they sleep. They're going to ask how much we are on. I have it.
Thereby shaping government policies and laws. My name is Osasu Igbenegbu, and I am the People's Journalist.
Welcome back to the conversation showing on your digital first Pan-African news network, TOS Television. And it's that time we bring you newspaper headlines from across some of the national dailies for this morning. Before then, like I always say, do not forget you can be a part of our social media community. And that's it on your screen right there, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter at TOS TV Network. And if you've not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do so you don't miss out on all our amazing content. And you can also live stream some of our programs on www.tostvnetwork.com. It's the newspaper headlines, and we'll begin with Blueprint this morning. From the very top, we see federal government to empower 77,000 youth on OPD-free Nigeria. We have a couple of headlines right there, but the very gaping one is Shekau dies. ISWAP takes over Sambisa Forest. 2 writers on in that story. Boko Haram leader committed suicide, negotiating with ISWAP, and that's a report. And we're investigating sect leader's death. That's coming from the Nigerian army. All of that can be found on page 6. And a couple of headlines right there under the picture of the day. Just grab yourself a copy of the Blueprint and get all the details. Okay, let's look at the Daily Trust newspaper, and starting from the banner headline, something similar. So what is, on the Blueprint newspaper? How 300 Libya-trained ISWAP fighters conquered Shekau. 2 riders under that headline were yet to get information on Shekau's death. That's coming from the military. And ISWAP has fulfilled its long-term mission. That's coming from security experts. And that story is on page 5 of the Daily Trust newspaper. And underneath the picture of the day, Nigerians angry as governors mold 408 naira per litre fuel price. Only federal government can tell us how much to sell fuel. That's coming from the NNPC. There are a couple of interesting headlines on the Daily Trust as well. Just get yourself a copy and read up on all of them. And the next on our list is the Nigerian News Direct newspaper, and the banner headline there is "Open grazing ban is irreversible." And that's coming from the Southern governors. Advise Melami to approach court. That can be found on page 2 of the Nigerian News Direct. Just beside the picture of the day there, Waso Louds Dangote on employment generation. You can get that on page 13, and all the stories also can be found on different pages of the Nigerian News Direct newspaper. And then the last newspaper we're going to be looking at the front page is the Daily Times. I'm going to start from the top. Why I joined APC by Cross River Governor Ayade. And then to the banner headline on the Daily Times newspaper this morning, EFCC recovers over 1 billion naira from civil servants. That one is on page 2 of the Daily Times. And on COVID-19, Africa needs $3 billion for COVID vaccine delivery. That's coming from the World Health Organization, and that's continued on page 2 of the Daily Times. And that's the much we have for this moment, for the segment, the newspaper headline segment of the conversation. And that's the Friday edition. We'll go on a short break now. When we return, we'll be taking you through what's trending on social media. Do stay.
Welcome back. It's still the conversation on TOS Television Network. And you know, it's about the time where I take you through my favorite segment of the conversation. That is what's trending on social media. Yes, I'm going to be bringing you, hashtags that found your way to the top of the trend table across all social media platforms. And guess what's trending today? Hashtag Davido. Yes, Nigerian singer, award-winning singer Davido has been trending on social media following the acquisition of a brand new Rolls-Royce Cullinan SUV. So fans and their numbers have, showered them with encomiums and congratulatory messages, adding that, all of that is dividends of his hard work and trust. The old comparison, Davido, Burna Boy, all of that has happened back and forth in the last 24 hours. So I'm going to read out, a few tweets to go for you. The first one is from @ManLikeIC. Burna Boy's Rolls Royce is 2009 model, while Davido's own is 2021. Burna's fans shouldn't embarrass him tonight, I beg. Y'all just stay outside and don't try to involve your man into this. Okay. @ChopLife says, Davido is the biggest artist, philanthropist, and influencer in Africa, and he's an American citizen. Compete at your own risk. See as one person hold Nigerian Twitter down. Congratulations, OBO baddest. And then this is from @Real Drelo. Davido Bentley, Davido Banana Island Mansion, Davido Private Jet, Davido Lamborghini, Davido Rolls Royce 2021. If you don't like OBO, then you don't like success. Congratulations, OBO. Congratulations, Davido, for acquiring your first limited edition Rolls Royce. But bro, we all didn't see the money. Here, I'm crying because this evening the Keke and Pepper entered, ram into X600 Mercedes, and all of us on board had to run away, including the Keke man. Now, that last one is quite funny. But what do you think about, people attributing, acquisition of maybe cars, luxury items to being successful?
You see, it even starts from the cradle. Like when you're in your family and you buy something, your neighbors try to look and say, oh, this one don't buy this thing, no. This one don't buy that one, and they start talking about it. Yeah. So it's not different. Yeah. Different levels. We have celebrities, people of prominent importance are doing it. People will definitely talk. Oh. We have the way we celebrate things. Some people when they just get a new job, they get a new thing to show that look, I've gotten something. I've changed my level. Remember we spoke about Davido. Was that 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks? So sometime when he trended on social media as well, and I was like, look, he has achieved so many things. He has achieved so many things. So look, this thing is just normal. Of course, we'll have people on the other divide saying, look, you should have used that money to buy something.
Exactly. You should have given it to charity. Yeah. I mean, how many cars can you drive?
How many cars can you drive?
People always
but
say
then
that.
Again, it's his choice.
Yes, exactly.
That's what I always say.
It's his money, he can spend it. But I have a problem with people, I think it's always going to keep happening, comparison between artists. So Burna Boy, I think he bought a Bentley last week, and then people celebrated him. And then this week, Davido shows up, with a Rolls Royce. I'd be like, well, Burna Boy is old fashioned, Davido is the new. And I'm like, wait, it's both of them cost a huge amount of money. If you're celebrating this person, celebrate this person. There's no need to clash heads and compare and all of that, because last, all of us cannot avoid.
But then again, do you know that we all need all of this, controversy, all these topics, so these people can remain on top? Wow. They're enjoying it. When people talk about them, they stay on the front burner of the social media. Yeah. Do you understand? So when you say, if people just keep quiet, oh, it's normal, they will not trend.
No. I just mean they should congratulate everybody equally and then start to try to compare and all of us. Because last, none of us can avoid Bentley or Rolls Royce. So we should just be happy for them and move forward with it. That's it for what's trending on social media today. We're going to break down, and when we come back, we'll be bringing you the big story.
You won't go shake your body. Instead, they make it calm down. If the farm say it's happy, you want to grow 6 packs in a day. I beg you not to pass your power. You want to show yourself, oh.
Whatever your size, find it with the new Airtel data plans. Dial *141# now to get the plan that suits you. Airtel, the smartphone network.
A big thank you for staying tuned to The Conversation, showing on your digital first Pan-African news network. And it's that time I will bring you the crux of the show, the big story. Before we continue, don't forget you can be a part of our social media community by following us across all our social media platforms at TOS TV Network on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. And of course, live stream the program on our website, www.tostvnetwork.com. And if you have not subscribed to our YouTube page, kindly do so you don't miss out on all our amazing content that we have for you. Yeah, it's the big story, and today we're talking about profanity in music. And we're asking, is it trend-setting or plain indecent? The discussion basically examines the growing trend on usage of vulgar words in music lyrics, promotion, exaggeration and portrayal of indecency and indecent acts in music, and a possible justification. And we're not doing this alone. We have two guests in our midst. We have Ruel Penao, a journalist, and Mayokun Adekoya, a social commentator. You're welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Okay, so let's start with Ruel. Profanity is uncommon, in all genres of music. As a matter of fact, it is peculiar to, hip hop, rap, and a few other genres. So my question is there some kind of moral justification which permits, or allows for the promotion of profanity in music?
No.
Okay.
There really isn't any form of moral justification. What is right, and what is wrong. And the thing is, now there are so many avenues for people to actually listen to music. People of all ages. So you could have a 7-year-old saying things that are not really right, or things that they could just soak up. Like literally, you listen to the songs and they just become a part of you. I've seen memes where you're trying to read and some kind of song is playing in your head, so you can't even concentrate because it's just already in your head, like that. And people of all ages already have access to that. So there's no moral justification for. Typically, I have it in my mind already that songs nowadays are divided into like 3 categories. There's the one about partying, there's the one about ladies shaking, and there's the one about getting money fast. And those aren't really things that we should soak up now. Especially, it shouldn't be what we should just give to anybody to just take it. So there's no moral justification for profanity in music now because everybody has access to it.
Do you agree, my opinion? Do you agree?
I agree too. Music, everybody listens to music today, and music is a very fast way to learn. So especially with children, so we have to be very careful of the things we put out, what the artists put out in their music, because people learn from this. People pick up things fast. Social media has made listening to music a very big avenue, especially with TikTok nowadays. Some songs, I was telling my cousin 2 weeks ago before she went back to school, all the TikTok dances, all the raining dances, she always jumps on it with their challenge. And I told her one day, I told Odelia, how do you know these songs, they might be fast, you might not get what they are saying, but most of these songs are vulgar and they are not for your age. They are songs that have X-rated words in them that normally as a child you shouldn't be listening to. She just smiled, and I was like, you might not understand, but I know what I'm saying. So it's wrong.
So, personally, this might be surprising, but I think I have a contrary opinion to both of you, right?
Okay.
I think because I feel like that's why we have censors. That's why they say, look, this song is for this age group, and that's why they say you should regulate the social media, know what you show to your children, and all of that stuff. And I think it was, an artist like Cardi B, where people say, look, your songs are too profane, your videos are too blah blah blah. And she says, I'm making songs for adults, not children. I'm
so
not responsible for what your child listens to. So it's up to you. So don't make me a role model. Don't put that on me. I think that's what it is. And we're in a society where they say people are allowed to express themselves the way they are. So I think that's what these artists, they're just expressing themselves the way they are. And they feel like this is what people want. So why not? That is my opinion, though.
Yeah. So also, before we talk about African music and try to compare what has happened before now, don't you think expression is some form of originality in terms of coming out with your music? Because people have different genres. The way you have been built, the way you, from what you've experienced. You see people thinking about themselves, so everything. So don't you think there's some sort of leniency that we should, allow for musicians to come and just say things? And just
can't they express? Yes, I know it's their music. They should be free to express whatever they want to do. It's their lyrics, it's their lifestyle and everything. But It should be in a way limited. I don't know. I'm not just comfortable with it. That's just it's them. It's a free world really and everything, but it should be. They should kind
How
of.
about you?
You know, I heard somewhere that we are the generation that cannot wait. Yes. We want everything now.
Yeah.
And that's what they've been selling to us. And now this morning I was thinking about Fela's music and how his songs were actually about a different kind of, he was talking about activism and all that. But there were girls that were actually shaking, let me put it there.
Yes.
And they were seen as a form of art.
Yes.
But now it's not seen as a form of art because of the words that actually accompany these songs
dances.
And all that. So at the end of the day, you just find out that you sat down for 3 minutes 40 seconds and you just soaked in
a meaningless
exactly. So the thing is, at the end of the day, you're trying to express yourself, but the fact that there are musicians that can actually talk to you through their songs means it is possible for that to happen without profanity and all. So it's possible for songs that are not categorized into making money fast and all that. We're soaking it up because we're the generation that cannot wait.
Yes, but another thing is, I feel like that's why we have different genres and then different. So it's like for you to now select who I want to listen to.
That's
who
why
I want
my
children
to listen to.
Songs that are not maybe vulgar or profane, conscious music, songs that appeal to you, you know, maybe your emotions, your consciousness and all of that stuff. And then there's the one for the generation that cannot wait. So all of that, because I usually ask people, a lot of things are relative. You could say it's not moral, but morality is even relative.
Yeah.
A lot of persons will tell you that you said things are not African, but if you go way back, we don't even use to, you know,
dress
clothes up all of that.
So
you go to cultures
changing.
like South Africa, you still see them because that's what are their culture. So if you see that on music video, it might not look weird. I know an artist like Brenda Fassie. She's South African, and then she makes videos looking bare. And then people will be like, a lot of persons will be like, why would you make? But that's her culture, right?
And
so what she's talking about
reality
is that in all of that.
She's
stuff.
still talking. Like, I don't think her songs are literally like, even if you were to see her like that, you could, from what she's saying and all that, you'll be able to get a different vibe and all that. I said something about it's what we're soaking up. These things are literally being, because I know it comes up like, oh, you can choose, but nowadays you can barely even choose.
Because
you're walking on the road
everywhere.
and you're hearing someone talking about.
You go to the hairdresser in the taxi,
that's what
everywhere.
You can barely move on the road and just hear typical songs about love and joy and
friendship
peace.
and everything.
Remember that music is being sold on platforms that we call the mass media, and the audience is a large, scattered, heterogeneous audience made up of different psychographics, demographics. So we have people who need those kind of content. We have people who do not need those kind of content. So people are of the opinion, this was of the opinion that you can decide what you want. So you can close your ears. You can train your loved ones, your children. You can decide on what to listen to, because you're not the only one that's listening, that's tuning to the television.
Okay, but if we have to get to that point where we have to now decide between listening to whether we want to hear profane words and all that, or if we've gotten to that point in the society, then I think we're really on the edge of falling.
I think
because those shouldn't be the kind of choices we have.
I think I agree.
So
I'm really thinking of it. At the end of the day, it's up to you to listen to what you want to listen to, and if it's not right for your child, if it's not right for you, you tune out.
Let's talk about censoring them.
Okay.
Now, don't you think we have organizations, agencies, especially in Nigeria and in Africa, that are in charge of censoring some of this music, entertainment?
You know what is actually funny about this censoring music? Okay, I'm going to use myself as an example. There was a song that came out at some point. I think it had to do with thunder firing someone. Okay, we had that song. But I didn't pay attention to the song until I got to know that they had banned it on YouTube. And I was like, I have to know what it's about.
What made them do it?
So that's what I'm saying. If these are our choices in the first place, because you're walking on the road and these are the things, nowadays you can barely even choose. It's there for you. So you literally have to go and look for songs that talk about, sometimes I just go on my playlist. I have to create a playlist for this, because these are the songs that are in front of you. They're booming from cars, from speakers. They are what's trending. And these are our choices, and the choices are just not good enough.
So how do you think we can, put an end to all of this?
I think my opinion answers that question.
Okay.
I want her to answer that question.
No, I wanted to even say something concerning the banning of music.
Okay.
I think in Nigeria, most times, the body in charge of banning music and everything, they always let those music blow first before they ban them. Take an example, one of Naira Marley's recent songs, it was like 2 weeks after it has trended on Instagram, TikTok, they now said they wanted to ban it. And I think banning, I don't know how it works, but I think it works for just radio and television, but there are other means. People download music, people listen to music, people stream music, Apple Music, there are other avenues to listen to music. So most times these songs that they say they ban, they've blown already. People have listened to it, people have soaked in the content, the lyrics before whatever body, I don't know if it's the NBS or yes, I think they're the ones in charge before they ban them. And I was watching a program where one of these radio hosts, I think Cool FM, he was talking about I won't say the olden days, I think the early 2000s, and how they used to do music, how they used to play music that time when it's time for their show. They said there was a particular time they could play some particular songs. Times they believe children will be asleep or they won't be around or they'll be at work, they'll be at school, sorry. So they play these songs with X-rated lyrics, maybe from like 10 to 12. But nowadays, children don't even sleep anymore.
Everywhere.
They don't sleep anymore. So they are listening to this kind of music 24/7.
So what are your recommendations?
So yes, exactly.
I think as a parent, it all comes down to you as a parent, as a person, even before you become a parent, as a person, is this what I want to listen to? Does this add value to me? Is this what I want? Is this kind of music the music I stand for? If it doesn't, fine. But if it does, carry on, have fun.
So basically, you agree that it does. It comes back to you.
It comes back to you.
Ruel, do you agree?
Well, it does come back. Like I said, I have to create a playlist to know that, okay. And I will admit, I also have the fast money playlist too. Yeah. So, yes, because sometimes I'm the kind of person that listens to beats.
So that's our problem. Most of these songs are catchy.
Regardless of
when you start moving your head and you're dancing.
If it's a fast beat, I would just have it in one playlist. Then okay, later on. So that's it.
There's nothing the artist, whoever, or the music video director or whatever, there's nothing they can actually do.
I've actually seen where an artist might choose a different genre and start to lose fans. So if that's what feeds you and you see it's working for you and that's what you're going to do, there's no moral justification for it, but if that's what feeds you, then as an artist, you might as well just go for it.
What's your favorite genre of music?
I don't know. I soak in a lot of things. I want to do. I soak in a lot of things. It really depends on my mood.
Depends on your mood and whatever period you are at your life.
Mine is country though, because I mean,
I love hip hop. I love hip hop too.
I think she's old school.
Yeah, she looks like someone that likes what our parents used to listen to.
Exactly.
Love, this kind of slow music that appeals to your soul.
Let me ask this question on a lighter note. If you eventually have some sort of interest in making music, if you eventually have some sort of interest in making music, what kind of music would it be?
Maybe Kadia will do gospel. I think Roma will do gospel maybe.
Right.
I would do gospel.
Okay. Amen.
I would do gospel, but I think it would be from a perspective where I literally just talk to people about the general aspects of my faith and all of that. Yes, I would do gospel in a way that I can talk to people. Because I really believe in music actually talking to people, not just beats and all of that. It's the reason why I said those songs are, like she said, those songs are catchy. I can listen to the beats. But if the words can actually connect with you, then that's what counts. So it might come off as gospel, it might not come off as gospel, but as long as the song can talk to you.
Okay, so conscious music then?
Yes, conscious music.
Conscious music.
That's the same for you?
Yes, but I won't term it as gospel music.
Okay.
I would.
Yes,
conscious music.
The sort that Timida Cole does.
Yeah, something like Timida Cole and the rest of them. Just conscious. Let it talk to somebody. Let it affect somebody's life positively. And if by any chance you are dancing or it's making you dance, it's good.
Do you have a lot of that music in Nigeria as a country? A lot of that conscious music where you listen and your idea changes or it's speaking directly to you?
To an extent, yes. We have the likes of Johnny Drill.
But lots of people who make conscious music in Nigeria.
They do that.
This lady right here, she loves music.
People
music, me, we're like this.
At the end of the day, most artists, what they want to do is what will sell. That's just it. And if they see it's whatever is in vogue that is selling, that's what everybody's going. You see some artists that started as so slow musicians, sweet songs, and when they saw the public wasn't buying what they were selling, they had to make it sweet. Right? Yes. People like praise, people like they had to start making songs with catchy beats.
I just say Timaya falls into that category because when he came out with that I think Shake I don't know. It's a body movement for me. And then he brought up, I was like, no now.
All right guys, we are really out of time
right now, but yeah. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having us. We had a blast.
It's been very entertaining.
Yes. I think most people didn't want to stop here.
I was just looking at them smile and just talk and just happy. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Mayokun.
Thank you.
All right, thank you for staying tuned on the program, The Conversation. Don't forget, I always tell you, you can always be a part of it. Your comment, contribution. How does Nigerian music appeal to you? Just come on at our social media handles at TOS TV Network and just drop it there. We'll pick it right there, and we'll come next week and bring you the details from that. All right, my name is Merciful Ajinomo.
And my name is Adesiwalsi. Thank you so much for joining us this morning on the show.